Final Fantasy XVI's world of Valisthea is rich with history, lore, and political intrigue. There's a lot to take in, and the game drops you in the middle of it. With the help of Hippocrates and Vivian, our in-game historian and scholar, let's make sense of it all. We're going to lay out all the different nations, key players, and global politics of Final Fantasy XVI. As you progress through the story, the state of the world will change, but hopefully this will give you a solid foundation as you get deeper in the game. There are minor spoilers here for the FF16 demo, so if you haven't played it yet, you might want to do that first. Okay, let's start at the beginning. FF16 takes place in the world of Valisthea. It consists of two continents, Storm to the west and Ash to the east. 3 of the 5 major countries are located on Storm: the Grand Duchy of Rosaria, the Holy Empire of Sanbreque, and the Dahlmekian Republic. The Iron Kingdom is an island that lies just off the western coast of Storm, and the Kingdom of Waloed is the only remaining country located on the continent of Ash. All 5 of these kingdoms vie for resources and land as a mysterious phenomena called the Blight swallows up large swaths of it. The Blight is slowly sucking the life out of Valisthea, meaning the habitable areas are shrinking, and entire nations are being driven out of their homes. Meanwhile, many of the nations that call Valisthea home are dependent on the Mother Crystals. These giant crystal mountains are rich with ether, a life force that is considered the source of all magic. Mother Crystals are mined for crystal rations, which can allow anyone to use magic. Magic in Valisthea is an important part of daily life. From farming to cooking to building, the population of Valisthea is dependent on these crystals. Unfortunately, a shard can only channel so much magic until it shatters. This means that countries need to infinitely mine a finite resource in order to keep the world moving. However, not everyone needs crystals. Some, called bearers, can channel magic from within themselves to cast powerful elemental spells. Sounds cool, right? Not really. While these nations might not agree on much, nearly all of them believe that bearers are subhuman and should be enslaved. Bearers are marked with a tattoo on their face and are often treated poorly, and forced to use their magic for their master's bidding. The problem is that if a bearer overexerts themselves, they will eventually catch the crystal's curse and turn to stone. Clive, our handsome, brooding protagonist, is a bearer, but we'll get to him later. First, let's go over Eikons and Dominants. Eikons are essentially summons from previous games, such as Titan, Ifrit, Shiva, and so on. In FF16, Eikons reside in a Dominant, someone who can channel the power of an Eikon and transform into them. Dominants are treated as weapons. Any nation that controls a Dominant is a force to be reckoned with. There are 8 Eikons in total, and 2 Eikons of the same element shouldn't exist. That means Phoenix and Ifrit shouldn't be fighting in the opening hours, but of course, that's part of the mystery of FF16. The story begins in Rosaria. Clive, the player character, is the son of Archduke Elwyn Rosfield. Clive's mother, the Duchess of Rosaria Annabella, is a descendant of the Phoenix bloodline, meaning that her offspring could be a Dominant. As it so happens, Joshua, her youngest, is the Dominant of Phoenix. He can't summon Phoenix yet, but he's working up to it. Clive, Joshua's older brother, is a bearer. Annabella hates bearers, and in turn, she treats Clive like shit. Fortunately, Clive's father, Elwyn Rosfield, doesn't hold it against him. Together, the Rosfield family rules the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. To the north of Rosaria lies the Northern Territories. This area was once ruled by a smattering of warring tribes. However, as the Blight took hold of more and more of the territory, the tribes folded into the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. Jill Warwick, Ward of Rosaria, is a descendant of these people, and now she resides in Rosaria with Clive and his family. And this is Torgal, Clive's trusty companion. The Dahlmekian Republic lies in the south of Rosaria and is home to the Velcroy Desert. Dahlmekia consists of 5 federations that are united by a prime minister. However, Hugo Kupka, the permanent economic advisor and dominant of Titan, holds most of the power in Dahlmekia. As Dahlmekia's dominant, the prime minister and states bend to his will. The Dahlmekian Republic is allied with the Kingdom of Waloed, the only country on the continent of Ash. The alliance is largely spearheaded by Hugo Kupka's romantic entanglement with Benedicta Harmon, Waloed's intelligence commander and dominant of Garuda. While the two nations' agreement is tenuous, Kupka and Benedicta are very into each other.
Does the lion take care when he chases the hare? Or do you think me one of the latter?
No, my love. You are a lion. You're my lion.
To the northeast of Rosaria lies the Holy Empire of Sanbreque. It's the realm's largest theocracy, meaning they worship Gregor, the god of the crystals. The nation is run by a council of 5 cardinals under the leadership of the Emperor. Emperor Lesage rules over Sanbreque. Lastly, the crystalline Dominion, located between the 2 continents, sports the largest mother crystal and acts as a neutral state for all nations. Smack in the middle of the sea between Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom lies the Drake's Breath Mother Crystal. Control of the Mother Crystal can be traced back to Rosaria, but the Iron Kingdom believes it has claim to the crystal, and at the start of 16, it had recently taken control of it. In order to get back the Mother Crystal, Elwyn needs the power of the Phoenix, which resides in his youngest son Joshua. But before Rosaria can harness the power of the Phoenix, he needs to take his youngest son Joshua to Phoenix Gate so he can learn to channel his abilities. Unfortunately, things don't go as planned, and the Holy Empire of Sanbreque invades Phoenix Gate at night and manages to overthrow the Grand Duchy of Rosaria overnight. And that's about where the demo ends, so I won't dig any further into story events. Remember, if you hear an unfamiliar term as you explore Valisthea, hold down the touchpad to bring up the Active Time Lore menu. This menu automatically populates with relevant information. Unfortunately, in order to review all of the in-game lore, you need to return to Hippocrates in the Hideaway. If you need a story recap, or you're curious about the world events at previous points in the story, you'll want to talk to Vivian. You won't meet for the first dozen or so hours though, so don't try to find her. Hopefully this will help you navigate the world of Final Fantasy XVI. Be sure to check out our full review of FF16 on GameSpot, and stay tuned for more Final Fantasy coverage.
May I have this dance?
He's an Imperial Dragoon.
And you are the shield who was blessed by the Phoenix. Not that it will save you! Zarian, wow!